Okay.
Alright. One of the scenic and geological wonders of the world is the Grand Canyon in northern Arizona. The Grand Canyon is a huge gorge cut by the Colorado River over 1 million years. And the work of the Colorado River is far from complete. Each day, the river and the forces of weathering combine in a process that continually widens and deepens the Grand Canyon. Today, in the speech that I'm going to share with you, I've got my information from National Parks Reader's Digest Association, a book about Arizona, the author Gene Blashfield, National Parks of the American West by Don and Barbara Lane, and the New Book of Knowledge. There isn't much mystery about how the Grand Canyon was made. It was eroded. Virtually all of what once filled this great space has been carried off by the water, primarily the Colorado River. The bulk of this work was accomplished in no more than 5 or 6 million years, perhaps less. Because of its scenic and scientific value, the area was designated a national park in 1919. In 1975, the Grand Canyon National Park was enlarged. The Grand Canyon is nearly 280 miles long, over 1 mile deep, and it varies in width from over 1 mile to 18 miles. The canyon has several different climates stacked on top of the other. From top to bottom, the climate gets warmer. Near the top, where it is the coolest, there are blue spruce and aspen trees. Lower down, there are yellow pines. On the floor of the canyon, where it is desert-like, the most common plants are cacti. The walls of the Grand Canyon reveal 21 different layers of rock. Each layer was formed by sedimentation. When living things in ancient seas died, and their shells accumulated in the bottom along with sand or mud, gradually being compressed into rock. The oldest visible layer was formed about 1.7 billion years ago, and the youngest dates 235 million years ago. Many of the latest products of evolution, more than 1,500 plants and 400 animal species, still survive at the canyon today. If you include the upper reaches of the Kaibab Plateau on the north rim, this small area of northern Arizona includes zones of biological life comparable to the ones found as far north as Mexico, and as far south as Mexico, and as far north as Alaska. The species come in every shape, size, and temperament, ranging from tiny ant lions dwelling on the canyon floor to 1,000-pound elk roaming the rims. Garcia Lopez de Cardenas became the first European to see the Grand Canyon in 1540. John Wesley Powell conducted the first boat trip down the rapids of the Colorado River and through the gorge in 1869. A number of different tribes have lived in or around the canyon, and some still do. The Hopi tribes still regard the canyon as their place of emergence and the place in which their dead return. Their predecessors left behind more than 3,000 archaeological sites and artifacts as old as 10,000 years. In the 1500s, Spanish missionaries and gold-greedy explorers passed through the area, but it wasn't until the 1800s that white people began settling here. When Theodore Roosevelt visited here in 1903, the canyon moved him to say, "Leave it as it is. You cannot improve on it. The ages have been at work on it, and man can only mar it. What you can do is keep it for your children and your children's children as one of the great sights every American should see." Using the Antiquities Act, Roosevelt declared the Grand Canyon a national monument. No matter how much people have heard about the Grand Canyon, seeing the real thing makes them gasp. They gaze in awe at its huge vistas and stunning depth, with every color of the rainbow in the rocks. Grand is almost a small term for this utterly spectacular place.